evening and welcome to the Monday Club on a Tuesday, because Monday was a fucking hell of a day. We've ended up with the Tuesday, but thank you very much everybody for being with us. Thank you very much for everybody for switching across to a Tuesday night. It will be only once every so often we do that, mind you. But Paul, welcome along tonight, brother, and how the bloody hell are you, sir?
Oh, good, mate. Aye, still enjoying the good feeling for the weekend. The hangover side of things, but the general performance and just the positivity it's come for Hoggy was great, wasn't it? Just brilliant. So I'm all good, pal. As I say, apologise I couldn't make it last night. I was away with my work, so I just couldn't. I was away somewhere else, and I am on call the night. So if I do if I do pause, then it'll be because my on-call phone goes. But it's been quite all day, so.
No worries at all, brother.
No good, mate. What yourself, big man?
Aye, good, mate. Good. Again, the guys, I had seen one of the comments saying as well, two-day hangovers as well. My hangover was dealt with kind of Monday afternoon as well. Monday morning was a bit kind of ropey as well, but Monday afternoon. But obviously, kind of work commitments and stuff like that for guys as well. We sometimes play it pretty close to the wire as well with folks' work commitments as well. So Andy is working everywhere God sends this week as well. I think he's here in Ireland now as well. So and Barry's not available. Our Kev's away on holiday as well. So it's just left to me and you this week, brother. But it's one of our usuals. We'll get a quick hour of the night as well, but we'll certainly go over, which I think is something that might prove to be a fucking absolutely vital and pivotal moment in the season so far. And we are logged kind of sandwiched right in between as well the game on Sunday and tomorrow's game as well, which again is the next pivotal moment in there as well, Paul. But we came, we saw, we conquered on Sunday, which is something that you all know how my kind of way of thinking about these games goes. It's almost kind of grounding myself, not getting with too much expectation. You were very confident of a victory in the 3 goals, which you kind of got bang on there as well. But overall, I think that the thing that impressed me was just the authority that Celtic came out with on that. Obviously, we went behind a wee bit, which we'll get into the individual parts as well. But overall game, mate, what was your thoughts on the overall game as a whole, the way Celtic were there, mate?
Oh, yeah, that was really, even somebody's asked how was it Cross Keys. Cross Keys was great. It's always great. We made very well come through there. I know it's a boozer you probably know very well, Hoggy. So it's always exciting. It's Franny last night, but it's Franny, brilliant. There's always seen Big John, Kieran's uncle and whatnot, got to be Blair with him, just a brief chat with the big man. So that was great. Anybody I spoke to, not everybody was as confident as me. I got more confident as the weekend went on. I just didn't see us getting beat, and I actually missed the first. I missed their spell of the game, and I missed it because, as you know, I put in the chat, I ended up with a spare ticket because I was meant to meet somebody through Kieran for Glasnevin. Actually, probably known for the band. I was meant to meet Kieran through there, and that fell through. So I put it up in the chat. And Big Andy was my shout, obviously, because I knew about the ticket, but Andy had other things on. So I literally walked into the turnstiles where I was meant to meet Kieran, and went to the toilet and came back out, and there was a table of young teams sitting. I says, right, who's got a ticket? Young laddie bounced up. It's the first one to bounce up. Young laddie bounces up. He says, you're joking, mate. I said, no, I'm deadly serious. How much? I said, nothing, free charge. I said, just come with me. We're walking at the boozer, and he was like, I can't believe you're taking the piss. He was a wee English lad. He was a Berwick. He said his name was Larson. I don't know if that was just a curry favour with me or no, but I couldn't believe it. And then the final thing was, where's it for? And I says, right in the back in the middle of the standing section. He was like, nah, mate, you're taking the piss. He says, no danger. He said, I've just come up here just to sit in a pub and knew I'm going to go into the standing section to watch the game. So delighted to meet the young man. And if anybody knows a wee Larson for Berwick upon Tweed, because I never changed details or I'm just doing my turn, and then but we gets up to the turnstile. I says, right, young, and I says, whatever you do, because I don't know if it's ever happened to you, Hoggy, or if it's just round out your 111. If you're a second too quick, it goes red and it fucks up. It's happened to me 2 or 3 times over the years. So I've went through, and the young fella's come through at the back of me before it's clicked, pinged the ticket, and it's went red, and he's not got in. So long story short, luckily I knew one of the stewards for sure. So the young boy had my ticket. And I'm sitting there, going, that's my name. I've got my mate's ticket. That's my name. He was like, that's their name. So he got. It took about 20 minutes. By the time we got in, we were 1-0 down. And Aye, so I never seen their dominant period because we were at that time on top of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were good for the first 10, 15 minutes. Obviously, I watched was it? No, it was. By the way, James, you've got me thinking. Was it Henrik or was it Larson? No, tell me it was Larson. I'm sure his name was. Obviously, I'd be an early bus, so I mean, I wasn't on top of my game. But anyway, so I missed their first 20 minutes, Hoggy. But apparently they were the better team. I've seen the highlights, obviously. We didn't appear to start very well at all. Paul McFarlane, I was over the moon. The young boy, honestly, see through the game just to see the joy in his face. And I'm right in the middle of the centre of the standing section. There was tears in his eyes at one point, and he just kept cuddling me and just, you've made my life. I think he said at one point. Calm down, youngin. Calm down. But no, it was brilliant just to see him. As I said, the wee dick cost me the first 20 minutes of the game, but that aside, it was really a nice thing, and he couldn't believe it, and it was one of the things, Paul, just it happened, and it was really nice that the young lad just had the most unexpected best day of his life. The game then as well, the atmosphere was just electric, wasn't it? It was just fantastic. Certainly the minute I got in, about 25 minutes for the whole of the game, the crowd were just brilliant. The whole stadium was superb. Young Larson, if there can't be too many Larsons in Berwick, so if you're Larson and Berwick, then pass on my regards. So the game itself, Hoggy, I just thought we were dominant. I thought there was big performances all in the park. I thought he made a really good substitution, bringing Tedesco on at half time for McGowan, who I didn't think was the worst. But just the timing of that substitution was brilliant.
Yeah.
I know it's never great a player getting taken off at half time, but I just thought Tedesco came on, had a big impact in the game. McKeown had a big impact. His pass is beautiful for the first goal. His reverse pass great for the first goal. Engels was fantastic. Callum McGregor back to his best for all the performances all in the park. I'm led to believe that for the first 10, 15 minutes, big try again, I missed that. Big Trusty was getting a bit bullied off Chinmate, but it certainly wasn't even asking it. So to again turn that all around, Hoggy, and for them to get the start that they got, and us to be able to turn that round, tells me so much about where this team is right now. And it tells me why I'm maybe overly confident as we come into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, so I think anybody that did have the experience of Sunday, and certainly lots of us did have the experience in different ways on Sunday. There's a couple of things, actually, negative experiences I want to talk about on the night's podcast as well, because there's certain things that happened on Sunday that was part of that could have fucking went a very, very wrong way as well for some people, but we'll get into that. But Paul, just on that, and what Lauren's kind of comment is there as well, see that whole thing, paying it forward and doing that stuff as well, and just doing something that, many people wouldn't have bothered their arse as well with going and trying to find somebody to get that ticket as well, like them back in the wallet and just get in and take care of yourself as well. But that, hopefully, the day and the story that wee guy's going to tell as well will inspire him to do something like that for somebody else. And that whole paying it forward thing, guys, well, if you can and if you've got the opportunity to do something like that as well, don't squander it to putting your ticket back in your wallet as well. Get that out there, because you never know exactly what that wee laddie would have been going through in his life or anything like that. Mate, I just fucking changed something very fundamentally, mate, as well. So fucking proud of you for that, mate. Absolutely.
Cheers, mate. However, give him instructions on how to use the season ticket before you get to it. Then I presume he's just got to use it correctly.
Yes.
But no, you're right, Hoggy. That's a lovely thing. I mean, it's without sounding too cheesy. It's just that to see his. I mean, he must have been 18, 19. Okay, I mean, just a kid that's come up with his pals who were gutted because they're all looking at me like that when I come out the toilet. I said, first one to jump up gets his ticket. They're all like that. And we feel like, both right up. She's right to come, kid, on you go. And that and the rest, as they say, is history. And it's a day, it's a day that I'll live from, because he just couldn't believe it. It was just and you get talking about it now, it's a lovely thing just to see somebody who you've never met before and probably never will meet again. But you've had that wee connection, and that wee lad, he'll never forget that day. Because he'd never been in the section. He'd been at Celtic games, but he'd never been in the section. So that was it. I thought he was actually going to faint at that point when I told him, you're right back. And then when we go into the ground, where we are, is right back in the set. He's just looking a bit like that, like, kept coming out and cuddling me, and it was just fucking great. All right, well, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Went for
Good
two.
evening,
You fucking
good
three.
evening,
After.
gentlemen.
What a lovely surprise.
Aye, the wee boys are way up to bed with the missus, so I'm down the stairs just having a wee couple of drinks. I says I'll see if I can find a wee quiet spot here and try and jump on for a quarter an hour and say hello.
Nice to see you, mate. Eh?
Well, listen, we've not went into too much detail with anything, Kev. We're talking about stuff pre-game there as well. Paul get a young fella into the game, which is again a dream come true for anybody, especially where they're going as well. But let's kind of kick on there. Obviously, Kevin, you weren't able to make the game because you are over in another part of the fucking world now, brother. So what did you see the game?
I seen bits and pieces. It was a bit of a struggle. They had it on in here, but we buffering a wee bit and that, so it ended up just getting sacked. But I've since had a good chance to scroll through all of the highlights and what have you. And the long and short of it is once we settled down after the first 20 minutes, it was annihilation. There was no hassle, no stress, no debate about it. We were playing well, we were knocking the ball about. We had a bit of pace, we had a bit of aggression, and once the first goal went, you knew there was going to be more.
Okay, that's spot on, by the way. You know what it felt like? It felt like the games 2 or 3 years ago when you got the goal, albeit just the equaliser this time. The games like the midweek game and when we get the first goal and going to destroy them. That period of time where if you got that first goal, you normally win the game.
Yep.
That's what Sunday felt like to me. Even just getting that draw, but even getting it back to level felt like that. Okay, I don't know where my confidence has come from. You know what I mean? But because I'm standing and waiting on the wee kid fucking going to the ticket office to get the ticket thingied again to come round. And the steward's like, it's 1-0 to them, by the way. I was like, you can fucking say that with a smile on your face a bit too much. That's prick. And I didn't know it was 1-0 to them. But at no point, even at that time, did I think that I still didn't have any doubt we were going to win. First of all, I felt that in a game against that mob for a long, long time. Just it didn't feel, Kev, that we were going to get beat. I didn't feel that we weren't even going to win. I thought I was convinced we were going to win. And so the 1-0 didn't even really... When I heard we were getting beat 1-0, it wasn't, oh, fuck. Ken, it was just like, bit of a bummer, but we're still going to win this game of football.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're as a team right now at this very second.
Yeah. I think, Paul, you mentioned something at the start there, which was kind of hot home, I think, as well as again, I think it's one of the situations where I don't think it matters too much the new. And I say that with a wee bit of kind of apprehension in saying that because I know somebody's going to jump on it as well. But it almost doesn't matter who's going to be playing the new because it seems as if there is that kind of unity and feeling within the squad there, the new that I think has come through, certainly for me as well since the weekend. And looking at the weekend and looking at the reaction and looking at the players in amongst each other. Because the way the seasons went on for me as well, it's one of these seasons where I don't know if it's me trying to kind of get myself into that whole no negative space as well, but kind of actually trying to overanalyse what's going on there and thinking there must be something deeper in that squad as well. Because why are these guys not gelling? Why are these guys not playing the football that these guys are much capable of doing? And we've spoke about the coach, we've spoke about the other things as well. But I'm with you, when that first goal went in for them on Sunday, I wasn't sitting there raging, I wasn't sitting there anything. It was almost right, get the ball back and let's get fucking on with it. And I think the crowd even in that, because you know sometimes when it's like when they score first against you, the reaction of the fans sometimes as well can tell you a lot where the full place is sitting at. And it wasn't an aggressive thing, it wasn't oh fuck, it was one of the ones that you just, a few seconds and then it was like the loud roar, you know, the loud roar as well, to let's fucking go again, let's go. And that kicked on as well. And I think that I can't remember back to a time at Celtic Park, or I can't remember the game at Celtic Park that I enjoyed so much, that I felt so included. And there's certain parts of that game as well where like for instance, when everybody turned on to do the huddle in the second half, you could feel it before you seen it. That I mean, Barry's sitting there and you just feel yourself looking up and down the chair and think, right, something's happening. And then at the other end as well, you see everybody get up and down the huddle. And it's like, my Christ almighty, the full day, I think, from start to finish was a fantastic day. But the game, the performance, Paul, is something that, how can you not see Celtic going on now and actually doing this?
Yeah, I know. And listen, the more I night as as the punters are saying quite rightly, it's a very difficult game. But I just think everything's gone our way. Momentum, we're getting the players back. AJ's made a massive difference coming back into that team. Really has. And I just think, again, to go behind and come back shows a different mentality that this group of players have suddenly. And as I've said a few times, I think we've tended to forget, and understandably so, how good this team actually can be. Individual players. I mean, for Dyes to come back, obviously we'll talk about his moment, which I missed as well because of the big flags. But seen it on the big screen after it, which was just wow. For him to have everything, listen, everything, and as it looks now, everything seems to be just hitting the right buttons at the right time. And
you know something, Paul?
Yes, mate.
You know something, but see, after the Hibs game, my big concern wasn't the Rangers or Hearts, it was the game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But see, in the last 4 or 5 games, there's been a renewed confidence and optimism and belief amongst them, because Tierney stepped up a gear, McGregor stepped up a gear. To be fair to him, I'm going to give him the credit because I don't give him it normally. Big Scales has stepped up a gear or two as well. Alistair Johnston's come back to the fray. I don't understand the Hatate thing because I thought he was starting to motor on as well. But see, recently, in the last 5 or 6 games, there's been 3 or 4 players have started picking up their levels a bit. And we've then had Engels and Johnston coming back. And you know yourself, you've seen it for Celtic teams, and that these sort of things reinvigorate people and it renews confidence, it gives them a lift and it renews optimism. And there's a big thing that we've said through the course is if we can get to this split and soldier on through, a lot of these guys have been over the course before. But tomorrow night, obviously it's massive, that goes without saying. But see, if you can look after the Mora, and I don't mean to sound big-headed, I think Saturday will look after itself.
I totally agree, Kev. So the Mora's a big cup final, isn't it? Let's be fucking honest.
And by the way, things are livening up in here and it's starting to get noisy in the background, so if it gets too noisy, just tell me and I'll be alright, because I'll not be able to stay on all night anyway, guys.
No worries, Kev, no worries. We'll leave tomorrow. We'll leave a wee chat about tomorrow as well, to a wee bit later on tonight as well. I know we'll not be on for a 2-hour show tonight, mind you, as well, but just going over the kind of finer points of that game with these boys as well, because I think there is plenty to go on with. Kevin rightly listed off as well quite a few performances. I'm not saying that they hadn't been there all the time as well, but to get them all together at that one time as well was super important for us. And I think the dominance that we showed in that game, Paul, was fucking incredible. But for the first one I want to kind of touch on as well is we spoke about kind of individuals in the starting 11 as well and who's going there. Martin O'Neill pulled a wee bit of I don't want to say a wonderstroke, but a head scratcher first as well with having Luke McCowan in the starting squad. Nobody's seen that coming. I don't think anybody's seen that him start as well, especially in the right wing position as well. And there was a couple of moments as well that I think that certainly McCowan, I think, got caught with the ball as well. That's where the Rangers' goal came from. McCowan tried to kind of protect the ball in the wing as well. Ball taken off him, their goal came for that. But I wouldn't blame McCowan.
But Phil, to be fair,
it was, yes, there was a bit of a strong arm on the lad as well. But McCowan's first half performance, as you mentioned there, Paul, is that obviously the second goal, or first goal, sorry, came directly from Luke McCowan on the right hand side as well. And if you think about it, Celtic's 3 goals came from a very, very similar profile of play. In fact, it was from the inside or from the outside as well. Get to the byline, cut back, goals. But we'll get to the other 2. But Luke McCowan as well for potentially being a part of their goal to then getting that goal back. How did you think he did in the first half, McCowan?
Overall, I think he was fantastic, Hoggy. I'm not going to kid on. I mean, although that one piece of real magic alone, and I do think he was unlucky for the goal. I do think that's a foul all day long. I think he gets two-handed push in the back. But in general, I think sometimes he's looked a wee bit lightweight and games he's played. Obviously, it was a very big surprise for me that he got a start. And I didn't think he was great. I'm not going to kid on. I wasn't surprised to see him taking off at half time. But as I say, the timing of that was, whether that was some kind of, I don't know, Martin, a real stroke of genius. You know what I mean? Just to change it quite dramatically at half time, because you're changing two different types of players completely to play that position. And I thought he really he changed it about really well, I thought, at half time. And I thought we needed to bring Yang into this equation then, because I thought Yang was absolutely fantastic. Second half, I thought he was unplayable. So look, McCown, 5 out of 10 probably, Hoggy, if I was going to marks for his first half performance. But for that one beautiful pass alone, you know what I mean? It's as good as an assist, because he puts it on. Engels, was it? I think it was Engels that gets the ball in and picks it. I love to see, as much as I hate to see a player no pick somebody out for that position. I love to see a player picking somebody out, not just putting it in. I'm not one of these putting it in a fucking area, people. Pick a fucking jersey out. And that's exactly what he done. You know what I mean? You get there, I just put it into the area. See what happened? No, fucking, he's looked up, so real quality. Looked up. There's players in the mix that he could have battered it into, but he's seen fucking the best option, which is on one player coming in, and the tremendous Yang. I thought it was great. I thought it was, in particular second half, I thought he was unplayable, and I loved his reaction when he scores. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like running, picking ball at the back of the net material, but he's get right back up the park. Let's get at this. And I think that things like that set the tone for that game. You know what I mean?
I think you're right, Paul. And one of the things that I was saying, Kevin, I'll come to you for this one, brother. I think there is starting to get a wee bit of atmosphere, and a wee bit of interference for the back of you, Kev. I can start to hear a few things. It's no bad. It's no bad as well, but just in case it gets a wee bit too much. But
if it's too much, just tell me and I'll bail it, mate.
You're all right to know it's not too bad. I can hear just wee things biting at it as well, but I think that there is a wee bit of kind of background.
Is that the entertainment starting, Kev?
Aye. It started during the kids' club, then it started during the main amphitheatre, and then it started in the big lounge.
Where are you about, by the way? Oh, no, I know where you are, but just when you say amphitheatre, what hotel are you at?
It's a hotel called the Green Nature. It's brand new. It's only been open 2 weeks.
All right, okay. That's not the one I was at then. I was there about 10 years ago. Just when you said amphitheatre.
Kev, what I was saying there was there's been a very, very, I think, quite a seismic change in a player profile for us over the course of this season. One that was ridiculed at the start of the season, and I think one that's been doubted quite heavily, and his impact for Celtic and his performances at Celtic. And what he's started to do over the last kind of few months as well is certainly build that up. But I just wanted to have a wee chat the new ways as well about Yang and what you think of the lad of the new, because he's went from, as I say, that kind of joke figure and that guy as well that should have been in a Celtic jersey. He's been maintained in that team with Martin O'Neill more or less all the way through his tenure the new. And he's coming in with performances like that against the Rangers, which I've got to say, your biggest rivals as well, but certainly the second biggest or third biggest team, certainly our best team in Scotland the new as well. But what do you think's been the change in Yang from that figure where he was heavily doubted, they couldn't want him back in the team as well, to then suddenly being one of the first names in the team sheet, I think, you know?
A very good experienced manager who's been over the course a million times and knows how to make the guy have a wee bit of belief in himself and encourage him to have the confidence to go on and do what he can do. Because for me, as a young player, and I'm the expert and was never the greatest football players, but when you're young like that and you've got a guy of Martin O'Neill's stature who has done what he's done as a player and a manager, if he knows how to talk to you and instill that confidence and belief in you, you must take that on board for your own benefit. And I think that's probably what's happened to him. As I said, the manager just gave him that encouragement and gave him that belief and brought him on. And then also run about helping with that, obviously, as is winning games and players performing around about you, sort of breeds that within the full team, be a bit of unity. And I think that's exactly what's happened to him. And I'm also going to just have a wee quick stab as well, as you know, that I don't think he should be anywhere near Celtic Park, as I said, and he's one of my least favourite players, but I thought McCown was fouled for that, and when they blame him at all for that goal the other day, and actually I think the lad he done all right. It done not too bad in the first half, to be fair to him. I think it was just a complete tactical move that the manager made at half time, as Tay saying he was pushed and hooked him. But I think it's just down to the manager way, giving him that confidence and self-belief in himself and encouraging him to go and do what he can do.
Listen, I don't think you're wrong at all there, Kevin. I think that's a really, really good synopsis of the kind of situation there. But first half was the first half. Finished one each at the first half as well. Get into the second half. I thought half time was great atmosphere again. Sometimes Celtic Park can be just everybody sitting in their arses as well when it's blobbering away. I thought half time as well. There was a great feeling in the crowd again half time.
Okay, we didn't even go down to, every half time we go down to the smoking bit. At the back of the standing section, we didn't, because everybody was buzzing, just exactly what you're saying.
I think it's, as you say, everybody's got the routines of whether they go for a fag or whatever they're going away today, or meet other people down in the concourse and stuff like that. But I felt that just the energy of that first half as well carried on right through the half time music. Without all the singing and stuff as well, I was actually kind of thinking to myself, the last time I kind of felt like something like that, mind at Hampden, mind when after park at Hampden at half time as well, the fans just fucking sung all the way through it. There wasn't any singing all the way through it as well, but I just felt there was that connectivity in the stadium as well, that everybody was still thereabouts. Nobody switched off who needed to be switched off. I thought, again, just another nod of the hat to the fans for Sunday. But, Paul, the start of that second half, that first 15-20 minutes of that second half, again, trying to give Celtic as much credit as they possibly can. I've not seen that type of dominance at Celtic Park for a long bloody time. Celtic were fucking superb that first 20 minutes of that first half, second half, I think.
Brilliant. Aye, just exactly that, Hoggy. I mean, I'm just waiting on the goals coming. That's where I was. And I just thought we just looked compact. We looked like a team. We looked dangerous. We're up for it. There was just a feeling about the whole place. Even walking up to the game on Sunday, the atmosphere. There was just a crackle about the place. You know what I mean? There really was just that atmosphere. In the second half, we came out and just blew them away. Just made them look scared. I thought Rangers looked quite frightened, which I love to see, obviously. They looked like we used to be. Again, I'm going to go back to the times we're talking about when we dominated them continuously. It looked like that. It looked like kind of the Van Bronckhorst kind of, dare I say, even Warburton kind of era. You know what I mean? When they looked, that they seemed to, because Rangers are a big physical team, and that was a danger, I think, for a lot of people going into that game. And they just looked to shrink in front of you in the second half. It's the best way I could describe it. And we just looked to grow and stature and some of our football was lovely. And somebody thought, I've been going on about for weeks about putting balls our fullbacks into our fullbacks. And eventually we get a great chip over the top for our man Scales on KT. Which just a beautiful bit of football, and again, Tavernier never lets you down, does he? Never lets you down. Never knows what's going on behind him. That boy, not a fucking clue what's going on behind him. Great.
Kevin, Paul just kind of stepped onto what I was going to say there, mate, as well. That the second goal, the ball for Scales into the path of KT cutting that back in as well, dies and finish as well, was, I don't want to say a goal so simple in its style as well, but when you think back to it as well, it's pretty straightforward. If there's a space there, hit the space, you get galloping fullbacks that's going to come in, pull the ball back, get your fucking centre forwards going at it. Simple fucking goal if you're thinking that way. But no, some Celtic's done a lot of it, but I thought Kieran was fucking superb for making the run anyway. Scales picking them out, because when you look at where the ball's actually landed, they didn't have much space in behind the fullback to the byline at that point. It wasn't as if Kieran had fucking 40 yards to run out and pick his pass. It was a really, really delicate ball as well. Scales put in there. I thought a lot of credit needs to go to him. But the three of them, the ball into Kieran, Kieran's ball into Dyson Maida's finish as well. 2-1, fucking excellent goal, mate.
That goal was so simple in its style, it should have had a uniform on.
Yes.
But you know something, for me, that's goal of the season, and not because of the finish, the goal, the whole package. That ball for Tierney was brilliant. See that ball for Scales? See if that had been fucking Maldini or something like that, or Baresi, by the way, they'd have been waxing lyrical about that. So they would. That ball for Big Scales was different gravy altogether. So it was. But see, on that note, I'm going to bail out because I know it's getting noisy because I can hear it all about me myself, and people are floating about, and I seen you muting me as well because you appreciate that.
Yeah, great to see you, mate.
I want to come on and say hello and say get it up because they came to Celtic Park shiting themselves, and see when they walked on the park, they were shiting themselves then and all.
Kevin, enjoy the rest of your holiday, brother.
Good night, God bless. Hail, hail. Keep it faith, boys.
Good night.
Bye. Cheers.
So yes, just we were talking there that goal, but very, very quickly after that first goal, first goal in the second half.
Just pick up on a point. I presume it is John Curry. I presume it's you, John, and our lad that for through your neck of the woods, and he brought up the Scales block that could have made it 2-0. When his Scales has blocked the Mikey Moore when we're still rattling a wee bit. Great block. I mean, you could argue that the Hun should have done a bit better with it, but Scales have done everything he needed today. And these are games. They're season-defining moments. Because even as confident as I was, I wouldn't have fancied going doing fucking 2-0. You know what I mean? That would have been a bit of pisser. So, good point, John.
Good point. So what I was saying there was kind of first goal in the second half, Celtic up to 2-1. I think a few times you could probably kind of get at Celtic for, I don't want to say taking your foot off the pedal, but ultimately taking your foot off the pedal, getting ahead, no actually continuing with the style of play that you were going. But I thought Celtic again just continued where they left off with that goal, Paul, and no long after that as well. You get Tanecki down the line, and listen, wasn't the best of balls in from Tanecki?
Terrible ball, but worked well.
Yep, that shite ball led to that ball going up in the air a wee bit as well, and Dyson gets on it. And what was your thoughts? Because I'm at that end of the stadium, and I'm up the top end as well. So I'm looking down, and couldn't they quite believe my eyes what I'd fucking seen?
You've got great. Okay, I think you're up where I used to sit. Is there a double pole up near where you are? It's like a pole.
Poles near me, mate. I can't. I'm nowhere near.
We were in the corner. So if I was where I used to sit, I would be looking down on Dyson Maida's goal, pretty much right in line with it. I'm
basically more or less at the corner flag, near where the boys used to sit.
Right. So you're on the other side. Right, I was the other side. So I'd be like, right, okay, come here. So I never seen it in real time, which is a bit of a pisser. But it's the price you pay for being in amongst the standing section, because there was loads of flags on Saturday and Sunday. And come on, let's knock any. Just before I come out, let's now just please nobody ever mention again the importance of having that group in the stadium.
Yeah.
Because listen, the whole stadium played its part on Sunday. The whole, but you need a catalyst, and it needs to come from somewhere. And the songs, and you know what I really like? And I like the Rebs as much as everything. The Sam song is brilliant, by the way. Loved it. But somebody done a medley of the Celtic songs that were sung. Bye Bye Rangers and Hamden in the Sun and I've had a blank, but there was so many good old Celtic songs getting sung on Sunday. And they were getting sung with gusto. And I was looking to my left, and the whole, right along towards the Hunt support, whole bottom tier, and looking up above, everybody was up, bouncing about, and it was just fantastic. And it has to come from somewhere in the stadium. So please, can we not even have a debate ever again about the importance of having ultra groups and or areas of the ground. James, I very much partake in the songs of war, mate. Very much so. Although I'm a shit whistler, so my Sam Missile is the least threatening Sam Missile you will ever hear in your life. Everybody's going, oh shit, that's one of the things I always wanted. A few things in my life I really wanted to be able to do. One of them was that. So mine's just a, and it's the least threatening Sam Missile you're ever going to get.
I can whistle my fingers, but I won't do it for the sake of folks' eardrums
Yeah.
and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
And my fingers
Very
are back
much.
of piss earlier on, so kind of nice.
Yeah.
Was it spicy? Right, the spicy bike, Johnny onion rings, but spicy flavoured ones earlier on.
Right.
So yes, I think I'll get the drawback of that. But Paul, just to bring with a question, Paul McFarlane has posed a question which I've heard a few times since Sunday as well, and I want to put this out there. Community, get yourselves involved in this one as well, because I have a clear winner for me. A clear winner for me in this one as well. But the question has been set from our Paul. Maida's goal or Larsson's chip, which is better? Paul McFarlane, thank you very much for your question. Paul McPherson.
Well, I asked the very same thing on my Facebook page and got a really mixed response. John Curry, who I presume it is you, John, was one of the ones that was very much Larsson all day long. And I was kind of coming round to Dyson's been better. It was long. It was absolutely fantastic. But Henrik's has got everything. Henrik's, he runs about 50 yards with the ball, nutmegs a player. I'm sitting right behind that at the time. You know what I mean? So it's all that goal for me is always a very, very special goal.
Yeah.
I can play. That's one thing I can do. I'm not going to do it, but I can play rebel songs with my teeth. Believe it or not, true story, chap. I can. That's my party piece. Yeah, I'll do it one minute.
It's a very interesting skill that man, Paul.
You won't give another person in my life who can do it.
I've never met one person that could do it.
You have now, mate.
I've now.
You have now. It used to be better to go half my tooth knocked out in Newcastle. I knew it's fucking a filling. But hey, what can you do? You can only work with the tools you've got. So I asked the same question, Hoggy, and I got a really mixed response. And I was probably caught up in the moment and everything with Dyson. I mean, it's just a thing of sheer beauty. I mean, it's so undyson. The first touch, and it sums him up. It's something. Tenecki, I thought done great initially. By the way, watch KT in the goal. How he blokes off Tavernier without even touching him. Just be running across his line. Tavernier's already fucked it anyway, as usual. He's already on the show. But he's getting out. He might have got out to Tenecki. And he doesn't, because if you watch it back, he probably might, I don't know, somebody pointed it out to me, so I watched it back. KT, very, very clever. He kind of runs across his path, and it's enough just to give Tenecki that setting to put in a very average ball. But before we get to the ball, he does that thing, Tenecki, and he does it really, really well, where he pretends he's going that way. And it's not exactly really quickly he does it or anything, but it's one of the moves. Almost like, and please didn't let me put them in the same category as John Robertson that played with Nottingham Forest. But for our older viewers, remember John Robertson wasn't the fastest winger, and he had a trick, and that was one of the things. He used to just go up, pretend to go that way, and it worked every time. And it was a bit almost like that. And I've seen him do it a few times. You know, he pretends to cut this way, and he just bruises his foot that way. Nothing fast about it, not particularly skillful, but it works. Then he fucks the ball into the box. It's a very poor ball into the box, but it works because then it goes right to Dyson Maeda, who does Rory up. That's I'll be like, aye, that's what I'm coming to. Dyson Maeda takes a beautiful first touch, and it just sets it up perfectly. Well, sets it up perfectly for an overhead kick, and it's just. And it's great because it's even better than their one in the season at Ibrox, which was a great goal. I can say that now. I didn't say that at the time. I said it was lucky. But now I can admit it was a great goal. Because we've scored a better one. We've even beat them in overhead kick goals this season. But if push comes to shove, Henrik's just shades it. But what a beautiful... It's one of the conversations you love having. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about two... I think for me... Henrik's was classic him. It was classic, just cool as fuck. I always said Henrik Larsson had ice rather than fucking ice water rather than blood running through his veins, and to come through, nutmeg somebody, and then I've never seen a ball chipped like that before or since. The way he scoops it, I just hurt my knee off the kitchen fucking table. The way he scoops it. A lot of folk have said about country mile, Robert, and I'm not having that. I didn't think there's a country mile in it. But again, it's a lovely conversation to be having.
Yeah.
But for me, Larsson's just, and there's a lot of emotion attached to that goal as well. Obviously, the game it was in, the season it was in, Martin O'Neill's first, as it was at the time, Old Firm game, no longer. And then obviously the result and everything that came with that season. So there was a lot, and I'll say it the new. Chubb missed that game, didn't you, Chubb, because you were working?
There's a lot of, I think one of the comments, Paul, as well, is that it depends how the season finishes to see what one's better, because I think the potential is there for a lot, because as you said, rightly said there, in one of the comments, I don't know who actually it was there, because somebody mentioned as well it was kind of signalled the end of the Rangers' dominance as well, because O'Neill came in first Old Firm game as well, and it was there. But
I know, fair play, Robert.
For me, I'm a Larsson all day long on that as well. I think that the ball, the chest down,
everything
as well, and then fucking chip it out as well. I think individually as well, that goal was better.
What I'll say is, Larsson could have scored Maida's goal. Maida's not scoring Larsson's goal.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. It's no by any means saying that the goals aren't the quality goals as well, but you're absolutely right, because what was weird for me as well was, see if anybody really goes up for an overhead kicker, and the way that if your body's up above the ball, your legs coming back down on it. So the way the natural trajectory a lot of the balls for overhead kicks as well is going to be the ball starts to come down or straight ahead. That ball is almost like a fucking lob of the keeper.
No.
So almost as if he just caught it with his leg going up the way, rather than getting to the top of his turn and fucking battering it back down. I'm showing my fucking arms there. But it was just the way that it was very, very slow. And that's what, again, I couldn't quite believe my eyes. It was like, what the fuck just happened there? Because it almost was, because what I said to Barry, I says, did he just kind of flick that up and just kick it out of his head? He's like, no, he fucking got up his fucking overhead kick. My shite for me, I sit there as well. But it was like, it wasn't until I actually seen it after the game to realise just how fucking good a goal that was, and his reaction after that as well. Anybody that's doubted Maeda for his Celtic and for anything as well, I think that second half especially, they two goals, everything it says about that lad as well, for the commitment he's put into Celtic as well, is there to see. Not one.
Okay. Well, I do believe this will be his last season, and he deserves it to be. And I really just pray it's up there with Martin O'Neill for me, that just to go out in the high that they deserve. But I mean, obviously, and then you've got the other side of the coin, the low that Tavernier's going to go on. It's just tremendous as well. Yeah. So it's just all lovely. But I just there was the old Dyson's Prime Dyson now. Prime Dyson Maeda we've got right now, and that is so big going into these next two games.
Yeah,
not just his goals. There was twice in the second half that he was chasing down in the left back area and winning balls. Okay, what I mean, and actually winning the ball, helping his defender down, and that's just incredible levels of, first of all, fitness, but also just a teammate. Okay, what I mean, to have him in your team and know that who's that back here? It was Dyson Maeda, who's just scored an overhead kick. He scored 2 goals to put us. So we're up 3-1 at the time, and he's back there, and it's just incredible. It must be a joy to play with and a nightmare to play against. When he's on the form, he's on the new. He must be one of the worst players ever to play against. As you can see, he's pretty much single-handedly ruined. I mean, he's had a fair crack at himself, to be fair, but he's single-handedly ruined James Tavernier's Rangers career. You know what I mean? He's and the standing ovation he got going off on Sunday was tremendous. I fucking loved it. There
was one picture, Paul. I thought it summed it up just exactly what you said there. There's a picture of Tav kind of sitting on the deck.
Tavernier, they like the
Tav and says, "That's it all over now, Tav. That's it all over now." Meaning that obviously his fucking career at Rangers as well. That's it. I'll not be coming back to fucking haunt you anymore, son.
No, I know.
It was fucking perfect.
It's brilliant, and it is. Fuck him, because he's a prick. Obviously.
I think in line with the time as well, I don't want to kind of spend time talking about it, because I could talk about fucking beating the bastards all day. But I just thought the way that Celtic kind of controlled the rest of the game after that as well was, and seen the performance. So yes, a 4-1, a 5-1 would have been much, much better as well. But the result on the Saturday night, Paul, done us a lot of favours as well, because it's not about goal difference anymore. And I thought just one wee bit about that as well, that we went into that game knowing then that the title is absolutely in our hands. The conversations about goals and all that shit as well didn't matter a fucking all. Motherwell have done us a big favour there as well. Now we play them tomorrow night, but before we go to the Motherwell game, I just want to kind of talk about something that happened to I know maybe some of you will know about this or no, but after the game, now again with the way that the Rangers fans are in early, they're supposed to be held in Celtic Park until after all the Celtic fans get away and then get out there, right? So the way we were coming out basically down Springfield Road then, so down the road by the vaults and stuff like that. And ready to walk down to go behind them, and it's to where the bus park is. And there's fucking big panels there as well blocking the road off. And it's like, what fucking buses are in there? What the fuck we're doing? He says, oh, you need to get in the Houston estate and walk down there and then cross back out into the car park. Right, fair dues. So me and Barry and a lassie for the Holiton bus as well, who was parked beside us, didn't know how to get back to the car park. And I was like, listen, come with me. We'll get you back there. No back. Because I seen their bus literally right next to yours. Walking down now, I had my shorts on, just a black kind of Celtic supporters. But you wouldn't have been able to tell for distance as well that it was a Celtic kind of tap, right? But I had my scarf with me. And we're getting further and further down this fucking Houston estate and thinking, we've got to get out across this road. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm fucking going across this road here. Ended up, didn't realise just how many of the fuckers were on this road as well. There was hundreds of the cunts on this road, and it's like one of the ones that's like, right, I just need to get across this road here now. I was waiting the lassie think, right, they're not going to fucking attack me while I'm with this lassie.
Yeah, kids yourself on, mate. Don't fucking kid yourself on with that.
I know. Well, I'll get to the bit as well. So going across as well, and then you heard them as, you're getting all sorts of shout at us. So it's like one of the ones he'd done. I'm not turning around to acknowledge anybody, because literally I was there myself. Barry, I think, and somebody else was awake in their head as well. It was just me and this woman who's like, right, let's fucking go.
They pull us that, you know?
Sorry?
They pull us that round about,
not a fucking police in sight at that point. Not a police in sight at that point. So I'm walking by as well, and I felt some almost kind of like, I'm not saying somebody swung at me, but is that way, you know, you feel something just kind of click in the back of your head? And then I felt someone getting yanked out my horn as well. Some fucker come up behind me. I don't know if they swung at me or not as well, but then stole my fucking scarf off me. And he's like, yoinks. That's what he said, yoinks. Stole my scarf off me. So I've turned around, this wee fucking rat bag's running like fuck away from me. But again, there's hundreds of them walking down this road. And it's like, turn back around and just walk towards the bus. But not one fucking pose. Paul, the pose sent us down in that Houston estate.
So
not one pose was on that part to the top. Now, what I'll say is John Paul Taylor, SLO, has put something on the online, their own X as well, saying about the issue with Police Scotland. And if anybody's got anything to say, email him in. John Paul Taylor, I know you watch this, mate, as well. My email's coming to you tomorrow as well, because I fucking, honestly, that could have ended really, really, really fucking badly.
Really badly, Hoggett. And please do not harbour under the fucking impression that they will not attack you when you're well. The animals, you're very, very lucky there, son. You got away with that, because that could have been a bad one, because they are fucking, they do rules. They don't do fucking rules in violence. So fair, I'm glad you got away with that, Hoggy, because that could have went fucking badly wrong, and getting your scarf nicked as a result, I would suggest. So I'm trying to picture, a boy got on our bus and he was like to me, oh, you missed you'd have loved it. He says, it must have been in the bit where you're talking about, there must have been a wee bit of kick-off. And he jumped to the assumption that I would have enjoyed that. So, but when we come out, we've come down so that the turnstiles and the vaults are to our left, and we're crossing across. Loads of Polish vans parked right across the road, and they're following you through. Well, first of all, when you came at the back of the 111, and they were forced you up, so they were to go down in front of the main stand as normal. First and foremost, why were they not kept in? We're always kept in when we go to Ibrox. We're always kept in for 45 minutes after the game. Never any change to that. The times I've been there, and the times I know other people have been there. You're always kept in after the game. The announcement, I believe, was made, I missed it, that they were getting kept in, and then they all started to, and folk are saying that they kicked the gates in or whatever, but come on, give us a break, that's just poor. I'm not, even if they did, it's just fucking poor policing, but I'll come to that now. So I'm trying to picture where you are, because we've come out the back of the 111 and walked to our right, and instead of being able to walk in the front of the stand, which is fair enough, we should be able to do that, because they should be still in the stadium. They've diverted us into the car park. Can we know the cars park at the back of the So we're literally walking through cars, and a fence fell down. There's folk with their bearings and whatnot trying to clamber over this fence that's fell down. Shambolic. So we got onto London Road, and So Turnstiles is to our left, and we're crossing across towards the Emirates, the Chris Hoy Arena, and there was just loads of vans parked. I came with you. You've been sent. So you're the other side of the right. Okay, I came with you now.
So we basically we see where the Turnstile is. Basically, where Will McCoy is, Springfield Road down there. That we've walked down that main road basically to go in behind them, and it's for the left hand side into to the right.
So we were going, and that's even more fucked up, right? Because we're on the Polish vans were parked pretty much up for Turnstiles, if you like, you're walking at the city centre. Okay, what I mean, but just up a wee bit. Yeah. And there was loads of vans parked across, and folk were funneling both ways. With folk coming for your dad, I presume you probably then. But how were you allowed to then go down?
Well, we can instead of going. What we usually do sometimes as well is go inside the stadium, but go right along the North Stone.
Right, okay.
That's what we've done. Basically, we've right along the North Stone and come down that way. They take the swing round that way and then go down Springfield Road. Yeah, rather than wait where our bits is as well, because it's always fucking mob there as well. So rather than wait there, early, going up that way.
That makes more sense. So they're literally, there's Polish sitting in the vans. I'm shouting at this bastard. You fucked it again. He's a fucked it again. Fucking useless bastard. And fucking that sees a big cunt with the whatever he's got in his heart. Some fucking superintendent. I says, me and you. And fucking, I was like, again. I says, a simple job. And he's a fuck. This must be deliberate. You've got two. I'll come to that the new Vincey. You've got two streams of Celtic supporters. We didn't bump into any hands, which never mind. And so you've got Celtic fans come in for, like, obviously coming at the Jock Stein stand and walking along towards Turnstiles and the vaults and that, and we're going the other way, right? We're going towards it. So you can imagine what, and this is between Polish vans.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to bring up the women and children and all that stuff because these are the people that may struggle in these environments. There's wee bairns greeting, there's fucking women getting pushed about the place, all that stuff, right? So we eventually gets through and it starts to thin out a bit the crowd. So I says to the big Polish, I says, again, these are fucked it again. I says, this must be deliberate. How fucking stupid are these? How bad are your job it is? You've got all the time to plan for this. Why are these animals out the ground before us? And his answer reply to me, which I've heard a few people saying that was Celtic's idea. Celtic's idea to let them out first. Celtic gave the green light to let them out first.
It happened before, Paul, because I get caught in that very same scenario once, but get caught before. We can down Springfield Road, and then I was myself at this point. Now, bear in mind as well, there wasn't any fucking buggers on the loose or anything. Yeah. But I'm sitting there saying to a policeman in front of this bar, I said, my bus is in there. You blocked off London Road that way. I can't get down London Road that way. I can't get round back at the other end of the stadium because he's fucking blocked that off. Yeah. I need to walk up to the fucking Gallagate to get across to the forwards to come fucking back down to get my bus, which is about fucking 200 metres down that way. He's like, oh, you just wait here as well. We'll get it down. 10 minutes later, they'd all the boards and that down as well. But what they'd done at that point as well was because Celtic were pumping Rangers, they ended up fucking letting them out early as well because they're absolutely fucking making a havoc of the stadium, running the stadium right.
Is that the Lee Griffiths sort of time? Was that around about that time?
It was about that time, mate.
I made that game, Morgan. It was.
Yeah. So whether Celtic have made that decision as well to protect the integrity of the stadium or their seats in the stadium, whatever it is as well, which gets built back to Rangers anyway if they actually fucking make a havoc of that. But if that's Celtic's decision now, the thing for me though would be is why is John Paul Taylor, the SLO, coming out and asking us for our stories on what the fuck happened? And what did we see at the game as well? So whether this is a decision that Celtic's made, hoping that the Poles control the situation once they're out there, because at the end of the day as well, there should have been some coordination as well between the fucking security planners, Mark Hargreaves and your fucking department in there as well, between what happens in the stadium and then outside the stadium. Now, to put your fans at fucking an absolute in danger, let's say, as well, by letting the fucking animals out there. And again, I realise I was a lucky boy there as well and must have went by at the right time as well before fucking any badgings in there, mind you. But if that had been, and what you're saying as well, whether there was kicking off there, but it wasn't just me and Barry and that lassie as well. There was other folk that was before me and after me. Now, the folk kept on going down and down. I'm thinking, there's fucking nothing else down there. This house, this day finishes here. This is the last fucking entrance we can get out into this road. It's like, fuck it, I'm going. So I just...
Is there buses
I would love an explanation.
I wonder if their buses are doing. I know they used to park doing that.
The buses are way down that road.
Right,
That's what I'm thinking as well. There's no way that I can get across here as well. It's not going to be fucking interfering with the cunts.
Yeah, fucking
So it's
disgrace.
like, listen,
Absolute fucking disgrace. It really is. And after I'm going to pick up on Lauren's point. Great point, Lauren. What kind of pattern is yoinks? Fucking terrible pattern, isn't it? Fucking honestly.
Yes.
Fucking terrible pattern.
Again,
I've always said they're bankrupt when it comes to fucking pattern and all that stuff.
I woke up on Monday morning because I'd tell a few boys in the bus as well what happened, because I was obviously well on by that point as well, and I'm like, I can't believe the wee cunts just ran up to me as well, like yoinks, and tail my scarf off me. Now that scarf, as anybody's got a green and white bar scarf, that scarf's got wine stains on it as well and all sorts of stains. That scarf was needing renewed, let's say. But just, and somebody to the truck was like, oh, Hoggy, that's unforgivable. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like that? That's all them stealing your flag off you. And I'm sitting there kind of thinking, fuck, I've just been absolutely fucking made to look like a pure fan of this. Somebody stealing my scarf. Who the fuck steals, would that ever in any way, shape or form want to go and steal a Rangers scarf?
Okay, you got a result, mate. Let me tell you, I didn't want to put the fear up you, mate, but you got a fucking result there. That could have been, I'd gladly have, I didn't wear a scarf, but I would have gladly have lost something rather than fucking what could have happened, because they're a bad lot, mate. They're a fucking bad lot. They're a bad lot when they win. Never mind when they get beat. You know what I mean? So, fair play.
I don't listen.
I'll one day I'll tell you the story about the Hugh Dallas game. I'm not going to tell that on here. I'll tell you the story about that. Oh dear.
Let's see. We'll maybe set up a couple of pods during the pre-season as well, where we can tell our stories of times gone by.
That was live, let me tell you that.
I can imagine, mate.
For another day.
But anyway, listen. Let's get by all that as well. So, job has been done firmly against Rangers. We have absolutely put Rangers in their place as well. They will finish this league in third, behind fucking Hearts in second, and us winning the league this year as well. But tomorrow night we have the next one, in what is one of two. The game is the season now is defined by 2 games, Paul. 2 games. Many are saying take care of this one tomorrow, and Saturday takes care of itself. We'll see what happens there as well. But tomorrow night as well, given what's happened at the weekend, given the momentum that carries people into as well, and football sometimes is just about all that momentum thing. Do you think as well that Celtic are in the same, let's say, do you think people will be looking at tomorrow's game in the same way they were last week? Because last week it was off a lot of nerves about going to Fir Park, and you said it yourself as well. It's a team that does better against Motherwell that will win this league. Yeah. Rangers get beat after them. Hearts fail to beat them. Celtic turn up third. Jink, with the momentum we've got coming after the league victory of Rangers, that we will be in a best position tomorrow to go there and just take care of Motherwell.
I think we're in as good a position as we could possibly be in. Yeah. I really do. I think we're going to, but listen, Motherwell midfield front are as good as any in the league. But I think we also need to. I heard something about that today, Benny. They're fucking animals, mate. Absolute animals. I know it wasn't me that should have coined James Wiper. I'm a shit aim. That's what I'm not saying I wouldn't have, but I'm a shit aim. So it wasn't me. Not guilty on that score. I think we're in as good a position as we could possibly be, Hoggy. Confidence levels are going to be really high. It's still a fucking tough game. No 2 ways about it. I'm actually in Glasgow speaking at a conference with my work tomorrow. So I'm just heading straight to Motherwell. So I might tie in with the boys on the chat later about tips of pattern. I've been to Motherwell 100 times, probably more. I've never drove there, I didn't think, so just places to park and all that stuff. So I'll keep that for the chat.
Plenty of places we could direct you to there, Paul.
I'll keep that for the chat later. So I'm just heading straight for Glasgow, right to the game. And I mean, if you'd asked me this question, like this was a game that really gave me the fear, and it still does. Every game does. But good question, Vincey. As long as it doesn't slide about the ground and all that, like some other people, if they fuck up your league challenge. But I think we need to. Pretty much, mate. For me, I think he's done enough to be, and very much in that. I can't think a better candidate than that laddie. I really can't. Realistic anyway. Yeah. And I'd fucking be offering their better players contracts to put them off their game. I'd be offering that just a contract before the game in the midfielder, because I would have both of them. And I think with Wall, if we bring him, I think we bring the two. as well. Watt and Just, I think, both come with Askew, in my opinion, because I think they're two we just need, two players that we need, and their class. So I'm as confident about the Mora as I could possibly be, without being ridiculously overconfident. That's the spirit, son. JD, that's the spirit. But I just think the way we are playing, momentum, and by the way, we need to remember, a very decent Falkirk side's going to play Hearts with some key players missing. So
this is one of the things, Paul, as well, that I kind of said it to myself. Now, again, didn't say it out loud as well, but said it in my head as well, that, you know, sometimes as well, that strange fucking things just happen and things just lay out the way they're supposed to lay out.
Yeah.
I'm sitting thinking, it would not surprise me the more as well that Hearts drop points.
No, not at all.
Would not surprise me at all. One wee bit.
No.
One wee bit.
I think Hearts are starting. I was at a gig on Saturday night. I seen that Benny. He was watching the game of Celtic fans. I've also heard that Askew's. This is I don't know if people get this stuff, but he's been making it known that he would like to speak to Celtic. I heard that somewhere. I read that somewhere today. So I was at a gig on Saturday in the Barras. Brilliant gig. Superfly Animal was one of my favourite bands, and I was kind of fucked a bit by the football, because every time our chat went or my other bus chat, both right on the and eventually, thankfully, we're halfway through the gig, their game finished, because that was huge. Yeah, that was massive. Them dropping points, because for a multitude of reasons. I mean, confidence being one, and obviously the bigger one being the fact that a new pitch is absolutely in our hands. We didn't have to worry about scoring more goals than them and whatnot. Although we did claw, is that one back with two back with clawed. So it's went from 5, technically 3, to 3, technically 1. Is that be right?
They are 1 point. Yep.
No, 1 point. I'm talking the goals. But it's still got to go to the
goals. Let me tell you exactly the new mate as well. I've got the fucking.
Because if they drew, so they pretty much just left. They just did the add or anything.
Goal difference is 3. The new mate. Goal difference is at 3. Celtic are plus 29. Hearts are plus 32. 1 point in it.
Right, okay.
So it's 3 goals.
I don't think it's coming ahead down to that now anyway, Hoggy. I think it's coming down to
a 2-0 victory in the last day of the season.
Yeah.
This is like 2 up for Celtic, 2 down for them as well. So it's I think all 3, but you know,
we want to get done. Just go and beat them, and I mean, the Mora's going to be it's going to be difficult, and I think it will be. But I wouldn't be surprised if we go and win by 2 or 3 either. The Mora, there's so many permutations. I think we've all just got we're all, as much as the season's been. I mean, it's had so many different emotions, all predominantly negative right through the season, for being brutally honest, and it's finishing on a bizarrely really high point as it stands now. But I don't think we can discount the PTSD that's went before this season. So I'm still very much just in the case of just get the league won by any means necessary and get it to fuck. Okay? I mean, enjoy it.
I think the way a good way to describe it, the new Paul, as well. I just again think about it there as well. This season for me has been, let's compare it to try and getting a win at a Saturday night in the disco, right? You've danced about all night as well, and you've been dinghied off all sorts as well. All sorts of bird dinghy. Your Celica sitting there in the corner as if like nobody's into it. You've seen the lassie you're after, and you go and pursue it as well, and you go and do a wee bit of chatting. You get on the dance floor, and there's another guy there as well. You've eventually elbowed that other guy out as best. You've just got a wee dance after the lassie now as well. And now getting into the last 2 games is going to decide whether you get a lumber. So our dancing technique and our dancing style is going to decide whether we get a lumber or no, Paul. Okay. And I think you're right. At the start of the night, you said it yourself as well, that all the way we've been playing and taking it in, the way we played against fucking Rangers there as well, we take all that momentum in with as well. We are playing great. We are dancing fantastically.
Yeah.
Come Saturday as well, that lassie's going to give us a big winch, mate. Telling you, that lassie's going to give us a big winch on Saturday.
Right, okay, I like that. I like the analogy, Hoggy. But I've not bad dancer on my day, to be fair. I was off the generation of the rave scene and all that, so I could shuffle a bit, mate. So that's a good analogy, Hoggy. I like it.
Where the fuck do these things come into my head, man? Honestly,
it's a joy of this thing, isn't it? It's just madness at times. Yes. But I love it. It works. But no, I think we are just shuffling along very well to continue your dancing thing as a team. Our peak players are certainly hitting the dance floor at the right time and hitting it very well. John Travolta-esque, you might say, some of them. So, aye, I don't want to be too confident, but I think then, of course, Martin O'Neill. You know what I mean? You've got all of that to come into play as well, and John Curry.
John, I'm going to put this up as well. I intentionally didn't go down that route as well because there is women and children that watch this podcast as well, and we always try and keep it clean as well. But so yes, we're looking for a lumber, and that word. That word just be one I used to cringe at all back in the day as well. It's like your mammy asked, "Do you get lumber the night son?" You're like, what?
That must be a fucking Lanarkshire thing because it's not something I'm. It's not too difficult to deduce where you're going with it, but it must be a Lanarkshire stroke West Coast thing. Evening, Dylan, son. Still a lad through work. So I'm where I am with the Celtic team as confident as I've been all season that we're going to win football games. And we did say that if we could cling on to this period of the season, that it's kind of where the experience, the cream rises to the top. All the cliches you can throw at them because they're all true. And I think having Martin O'Neill in the dugout, the players will be wanting to run through brick walls for him to win this. We're desperate for Martin O'Neill to go. Imagine Martin O'Neill going out in a double. That he's been pulled back twice. He's already a legend already for everything we spoke about on Friday, and everything that every single person watching knows about the man and what he's done for our club. And name it if he never came back twice this season. Name it if he doesn't get us over the line. Okay, what I mean, it'll have zero impact on his legendary status. However, if he does and goes out with a double, fuck me, man, that's just incredible what he's achieved. For a man of his age, for a man that's been at the game for, was it 6 years? To come back, to answer the call twice.
Yeah, so I was going to say longer as well, but yeah, I forgot his stint in the national side of Ireland and stuff like that. I forgot his stints here. But Paul, an interesting one, we spoke about it in the bus. For such a disaster that this season has been, for Celtic, if we do it, and if we do this weekend as well and the weekend after, to walk out of this season as well with League in the bag, Scottish Cup in the bag, and in the final of the other competition as well, is a remarkable result as well for a fucking team that's been so well below the standards of what Celtic have offered us over the last few years. It's a remarkable thing that Martin O'Neill's been able to finish it off. But listen, there's a massive big job as well, still yet to finish now. As I say, we've put ourselves in the right position. We've put ourselves in the dance layer. We've just got to dance. We've just got to dance these last two games as well. But with the momentum of everything they've done, with the feel-good factor as well, with the Green Brigade being there as well, with the fans being absolutely behind the team, that unity that we spoke about before that was missing for the longest parts of this season as well is back there. That relationship as well, in spite of what the club has tried to do as well over the season. The fans have basically come back as well, and it's the fans and the team that's together in this one.
It was there on Saturday, on Sunday, wasn't it? It was as united a stadium as I've felt for a long time. And when you think that's happened, considering the very deliberate, in my humble opinion, split that they've tried to make with the fans this season, I think to get to where we are is pretty incredible, and for the support to be as united as we are is pretty incredible. So it's wow. Okay, what I mean, and I just thought Sunday was so special. It was like going back to the stadium at its very, very best, and I just loved it. It was great. Yeah, everything about it was great.
The game tomorrow now has been confirmed that it's going to be live in Sky Sports, I believe as well, where it was going to be a live blackout because it was only going to be shown on the pay-per-view channel for Motherwell, I believe.
Yeah.
But I think Sky has actually confirmed that the game tomorrow night is going to be live on Sky. So for anybody that was wondering as well where they can watch this game as well, it'll be a live Sky game as well. So we will never rule out anything as well, but depending on the result and depending on how tomorrow goes as well, you might even see our faces pop up tomorrow night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. You never know. Just saying, you never know. But I think this one as well, as I say, that there's a massive game tomorrow to come. I'm not want to get into that too much as well, because I just want to listen. Let's just let what's going to happen as well. But I'm much more confident about going to Motherwell tomorrow. And listen, Motherwell has done fantastic this season, right? They've been playing really, really well, very, very well organised team. But it's Motherwell. There's that wee bit in me as well.
I know.
You should be going to Motherwell and beating them. You should, regardless of how there.
Simple as this. I said it when it was 5 games. I said it when it was the game. I said it when it was 7 or 8 games actually. If you were to say right, or certainly this, when the split was announced, when somebody was putting these 6 games in front of you and saying to you, right, win these 6 games and you win the league. A half decent Celtic team would be looking at that and saying, fucking perfect. You know what I mean? Now, with the greatest of respect to Motherwell, because they do deserve respect this season.
Yeah.
Because of the style of football they've played, the brave style of football they've played, the quality players that they've got in, and the results that they've got because of that, they do deserve respect. But as you say, it's Motherwell, and it's us going for a league. And I seen somebody else saying about let's lay the ghost to 2005, be pretty much sealing the. And again, that was. Again, obviously we're not going to seal the league tomorrow, but we all bit with, in my opinion, with a good result, and it would be quite ironic for me personally. I don't know if you were at Motherwell that day, Hoggy, when we lost the league.
I was in the mate.
Just horrendous, man. Really just horrendous experience altogether. So to lay that. That's the one game in all the games I've ever been to in my life. I'm not going to concentrate too much in this game. The new, obviously, consider all things considered, but it's the one time that my legs basically went for me. I literally tried to get up and walk at the stadium, and my legs went for me. It was just that much just a fucking body blow, man. Hence the reason I despise Scott McDonald, as I might have mentioned. But tomorrow's the day to put that all right, and for personal demons to be exercised and to go out there and all but cheers, Lauren. That's a polite. That's my polite. When I'm polite, that's what I think he is. I have wished much worse than that, and believe me. And so just to go there tomorrow and personal demons and but more importantly than that, just go there and far more importantly than that, forget my personal fucking stuff. I forget that. Just go there and get a win. Yeah. Go and get a win and take us into what could be just an incredible day on Saturday.
Yeah, football itself writes some amazing scripts and some amazing stories, and some scripts you don't see the end coming until it actually hits you right in the face. And you wouldn't put it past as well there been some sort of fucking thing happening tomorrow night, Paul, that Hearts go and get beat or something like that. Or again, I don't want to say stuff about the script, but you're right. I don't want to say too much about it tomorrow as well. I'm going to echo your comments here as well. Just get to that game tomorrow and just go for it and just fucking see what happens as well. And listen, let the dance take care of itself, and then we'll get here on Saturday. So we will be back with you guys on Friday, for which I hope will be a fully attended. Obviously, Paul. Kevin's away in his holidays as well, so maybe no Kevin. But hopefully we'll have Andy and we'll have Barry back in for Friday. And we'll have a really, really good show. We'll try and get a couple of segments. We'll try and make it fun and light-hearted. But I cannot underestimate as well how important these 2 games are as well. And the backing of everybody, whether you're in Fir Park or not, or whether you're watching it at home, whether you're in a pub somewhere, whether you're in another country watching it somewhere as well. It's not about the vicinity that you're in as well. It's about the vibes you're putting out there. So please continue with these fucking honest, positive vibes as well for our football club as well, that regardless of where we are, we're sending the positive fucking thoughts into the world as well for these guys. I'm pointing at Fir Park Stadium now. I can fucking see it from here.
Can you hug it?
Down there. I can see Fir Park from my house, mate. So it's still it's in the distance, mind you. I'm not right next to it as well, but it's fucking down there. That stadium needs all these positive things we can get there. So let's fucking put it out there tomorrow as well. Keep the faith, keep faithful as well. We will fucking do it. Paul, anything that we've not touched on tonight as well that you want to touch on just before we get off, mate?
Well, I think I'm all done, Hoggy. I think just great to be on. I'll be a day late, but just to go over a brilliant day at the weekend there and look forward to hopefully excited. Listen, you know what? It's really fucking exciting. You know what I mean? It's and to be where we are, considering the season that we've had, absolutely. I think that's a certainty. I think there's any doubt of that. And to be where we, particularly Martin O'Neill, thinking all this stuff is making me slightly most of even thinking about it. Never mind seeing it with my own eyes. So just to be where we are, the new considering what we've all went through together on here in the stadium, the one that again we've shared these negative experiences this year, and we've come through it, and we're not quite there yet, but we can see it. We can just about touch it, and what a beautiful thing it'll be if we get that done.
And if and when we do get that thing done as well, then it takes us on to another occasion, which will be the week after that as well, where if Martin does do this as well, then I think that day at Hampden as well becomes an even sweeter day as well for a thank you to the man as well. We'll know again, count our chickens until they're hatched there as well. But Paul, just in something that you mentioned there as well, that we have throughout the season as well been faced with many hurdles, many negative moments. Mm-hmm. And I think we as a community always have cultivated that together as well of where we are just now and what this podcast has done through that as well. You guys have been a strength for us to come on and actually have conversations with each other as well. And hopefully we've given you a wee bit something back as well. We always just speaking as honest as we can be, honest as we would do if the 4As or 5As was sitting in the pub. So guys, we are not finished this season. This finish of the season has still got a couple of weeks and a couple of bits of the legs on it as well. So as we were saying, guys, go out and dance like nobody's fucking watching as well. And let's fucking do this. Paul, thank you very much for your time again, brother. We'll be back on Friday. Community, thank you very much for your time. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, stay Celtic, and stay CSP. We will see you on Friday. Later, troops. Boom.